Okay, Isaiah, you guys had like a half season there a couple years ago.
No, go
But
ahead. Get your shit off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in rebuild mode. We have nothing left. This motherfucking GM better do something in about 2 to 3 because we have gotten rid of anything and everything that contractually tied us up for lots and lots of money, even though we're going to be paying to us. So before we start our regular scheduled programming, I have to get my shit off. Fuck! All right, all right. I've let it out.
All right, I went ahead and muted Isaiah because nobody cares about the Dolphins. They're fine. This is probably the best thing that's happened to the Dolphins in forever. However, we have a few things we need to discuss before we jump into the NFL free agency. So instead of starting with the Mo Bamba moment, let's start. I mean, floor is open starting now. Bam, Bam Adebayo scored 83 points. How do y'all feel about Bam scoring 83 points?
uh, I'm not gonna hate on it. I mean, the only thing that I will hate on is that the man took 40 free throws. Insane. That's a lot of foul shots. But you know, and he still had to. I mean, with or without those free throws, he still had to score all those other points. I mean, records are meant to be broke. So,
Well, it shocks me because there wasn't a record that got broke. Like you don't get the record
well,
if you're in
right.
second. Yeah. Um, I don't care, honestly.
Yeah.
The way that it happened is very, I mean, it shows me where the league is. Um,
Mm,
look, I'll keep it a stack with you. If we're playing in a game and somebody on the other team is doing that, like we're fighting. The game is stopped.
yeah.
We're fighting. That's like the ultimate form of disrespect, and I get it. People are like, "Oh, blah blah blah." You're up 30, pull him. Because if you don't, I'm gonna dive into his knee. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. There's people that are psychos just like that. So like the record. He broke it. He scored, or well, he didn't break it, but he scored 83. That's dope. I don't care. It doesn't. I mean, he will score 16 or 17 the next game. Like, okay, you had you a night. Washington should be forced to pack their bags and go to Delaware. I don't know. Go somewhere else. They're trash. Yeah, I ain't really got much else. But Isaiah,
I
come
just
on.
feel like I feel like once he got to a certain point, why not? I mean, go for it. Whatever. You're already that close. I just it'll never be what Kobe's was. It's a whole different game to me. Like scoring 83 in today's league, it's a softer league. It's more offensively driven. Kobe was putting up 83 against fucking bangers, bro. So
Well, and just the like I said, the way they were fouling to get the ball back and stuff. They
yeah,
strategized 83 points. Kobe scored 81.
yeah,
So it's like kudos to Bam. Uh,
yeah.
but at the end of the day, it does nothing for me. Like Bam Adebayo's name will be in the history books. 12 years from now, we're not gonna know who the fuck Bam Adebayo was.
Yeah.
So Isaiah, you got anything before?
Um, yeah, yeah. I the fact that because there was a live look in while that game was going on, and the simple fact that he was not pulled. I mean, that game was competitive. Just looking at the box score until about midway through the third. Midway through the third, I think he had around like 60 or something around that
Yep.
mark, but they were pretty much up by 30 the whole fourth quarter. Why leave him in the game? Why run a risk of injury? Like you said, I mean, you hit the nail on the head, Marlon. You don't leave a guy in the game like that just to chase something. Whenever, if you look at Kobe's scoring spread when he scored 81, he had to do that for them to win. The Heat had the game won, and Bam was like 7 of 24 from the 3 point line. He took 46 free throws, but in all honesty, Washington, why the fuck are you fouling him so much? So it's kind of like it's a double edged sword. It's if you're, and I think the refs should have got a better handle on that as well. Like before he got his last two free throws, Washington was triple teaming him,
Yeah.
basically allowing a foul to happen. If you're triple teaming a guy and he's fighting to get space to get open, there's gonna be a foul called in some regard. So,
Good. It was good
like you said,
strategy. Good strategy. Every
yeah,
single analytical nerd that probably busted their nut. But for anybody who's played basketball, that's not again. It's hard to score 83, and I would never say anything about it. But I mean, that's up there with me when LaMelo would just cherry pick the whole game and he scored 100 something.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, it's
It's I
not
feel the same way as I
basketball.
did.
It's open gym. That's what you
Yeah,
expect there, not in the NBA. But again, that's what I'm saying is like the league itself, I think, is having an issue because you do get your occasional Thunder, Spurs, Lakers, Rockets that they're really good games, or like the Thunder and the Nuggets game the other night, classic. But for the most part, games are horrible. That's crazy. It's let's let Bam's gonna score 83 points, but like nothing matters. You're up 30. Any coach that coached is like, eh. And I get Spoelstra siding with Bam. He looks like a fucking cornball cheesehead too. And Pat Riley, the next time you see me, you got to see me for real. But yeah,
yeah. All in all, it's great for him for his putting his name in the record books. But I think true basketball purists are going to look at that like your 83 doesn't mean as much as Kobe's 81.
agreed. Agreed. Well, Isaiah, I'll let you start I mean, the floor is still open. We still got like 10 minutes. The Mo Bamba moment. Explain it, and then you could give us your Mo Bamba moment.
Um, we originally came up with this concept a couple weeks ago. I saw a video on Instagram talking about what is a stadium pulse or Mo Bamba moment in regular life, and I I've had some time to think about it. I think any sort of time that you're doing about 85 in the fast lane and you see a cop sitting on under a bridge about a quarter of a mile away, that's a Mo Bamba moment. What do you do when the pressure's on? Do you look like an idiot, slam on the brakes, or draw a false start on the offense, or do you just let off the gas and coast and pray to God that he don't hit you and he don't clock you?
First
I
exit,
think
baby. First exit. That's what I'm doing.
or
I'm
first
flying across
exit.
3 lanes and getting off.
First ex. I mean, there's that moment. I mean, I think anytime the wife, or a significant other asks you a question about your something that you should have remembered months ago, and you're trying to
Oh,
put the pieces together of
I go,
yeah.
oh, call. Yeah, I feel that. You be sitting there like,
so
oh,
uh remember we were doing this day, and you're like, yeah, yeah, what time are we? What you do is you always ask the time, or you lead with the question of, hey, weren't we supposed to do something this weekend, so you don't look foolish whenever she gives you the right answers.
nah. Mo Bamba moment for me is very, very easy. Friday afternoon around 4 to 5 o'clock, getting ready to get off the clock, and somebody needs me to do something. And it's at that moment that my brain is telling me, just do it. It's not going to take long. Be a team player, and also crash out, bro. It's Friday, like it's the
Yeah,
weekend. He should know. Why you wait? Why you wait till now, huh?
yeah.
And so the whole time I'm just sitting there like, boom, stadium pulse going through the roof.
No doubt. And you're already fucking mad that somebody asked you to do something at 4:20 or 4:15, and you're trying to just take the kneel down, trying to run the
Bro,
clock for the
facts,
last 10 minutes
facts.
of the workday.
Trying to just run the clock, Tim Tebow this mug, and you send me something you think I'm gonna do right now, brother. It's the weekend. Go,
Just hit
go.
him with a on one. Hit him with a
Yep.
quick knee.
Victory formation on three, on three. Ken, what you got?
Gotta kneel it out for the weekend. Um, I wrote down a couple, and then I thought of one off the top of my head. So I'll just go with one of those and the one I thought of. Um, it was a Saturday night after Moon Tower. I was all in ass. when, when Marlon took a deep breath in and said, "Oh my God, we're going to jail." There's a fucking cop behind me. I
Yup.
had blown through this highway stop sign, and I just like truck bed full of cans because for some reason for 5 years my truck was the trash can for everybody at every party we ever went to. So I got probably 1,000 cans of my empty beer cans in my damn truck bed. I got a couple open cases in my truck, an open container or two in my truck, and one of the biggest douchebag cops ever in our town. Oh
You were
man,
fried. Yeah.
good thing I'm me and not Taylor.
Yeah. Mo Bamba
I mean,
moment.
if anything, fellas,
Bro,
anytime the laws has a question for you, or anytime the laws is present, or back in our day, we had a little too many, and you got
Talk
to
to him
make
like
that
Julius from
long
Remember the
trip.
Titans. You'd be all right.
Yeah.
officer.
Officer.
Bro,
Also,
I also like one of the. I will tell this story until my grave. But one of the scariest moments I have ever had in my life was I want to say I was a sophomore or a freshman in high school, and Taylor was in his prime, and there was like 4 or 5 females this dude was laying the Mac down on, and they all cornered me in the fucking library with no witnesses.
Oh yeah.
They
They was finna
all
get
wanted
rid of
answers
your
from
ass.
there. I was,
I
I was like,
it's that.
do I sell him out? Do I
It's
cover
the
for him?
it's the Kale Gundy. The
Bro,
Yeah,
I was
that's
so fucking scared. I was like, God damn,
oh,
I'm
that
gonna
was
die
Kale
today.
Gundy, wasn't it? Yeah, that's
or
Yeah,
no, was it
crazy.
no, not
Gunner? Was
Kale.
it Kale?
No,
It was
yeah, it was
Gunner.
Gunner.
Gunner. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Gunner.
Gunner.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
what? All right,
Yeah.
well, good Mobama moments. I want to move us along so we can stay on schedule just a little bit because this one I think is going to be a decent chunk. But before, like Max Crosby, he got traded and then he didn't get traded. What do y'all think of that? What do you think of like? Do you think the Raiders is one of the big? I mean, obviously afterwards we're going to who won and lost, but tell me what you think about Max Crosby. And go.
I mean, in my opinion, it's a little bit of buyer's remorse. They could have got. They had to absorb his basically his brand new contract. He only had 1 year under it. And he signed a 4 year deal. They were going to end up paying out a lot more money to him than they're going to be paying out Trey Hendrickson. So I think there was some manufacturing of the doctors not being 100% with his knee issue, especially considering that Max Crosby is one of the most. He's got one of the highest motors in the NFL. He's there. He played the. I think he out of his available snaps to plays that he actually took off was like I think he took less than 20 plays off of the defensive snaps that he could have played throughout the entire season. So maybe there was some oh shit man we could get Trey for a little bit cheaper. Let's go ahead and manufacture a story that we're not 100% with your knee. Rescind the trade. Within 24 hours, the Trey Hendrickson signing goes through. So, I mean, you tell me. You need a second opinion, and then you rescind the trade.
You
So
tell
that's just
me.
my thought.
You tell
You tell
me.
me.
I think it's the same. I don't even think they really manufactured a story. I just think they were like, you know what, fuck him. we don't want him. We want that's too much money. We just lost Linderbaum. We need this money to be able to add pieces because right now it's literally Lamar, Derek, and Max or bust. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But that was it. Like I think they got cold feet, and technically it's not against the rules because the new year hadn't started, so the trade didn't go through. I think it's a cheesy move by Baltimore, but like I'm not the biggest Baltimore fan anyway, so
Cameron, unmute your mic, please.
yeah, you're muted, my guy.
Fuck off. I think I do think there's really something wrong with his knee though, because the only reason I say that is the Cowboys were all in on trading for Crosby, and their doctor, who I guess most of the team doctors consult with around the league, um, their doctor signed off on the report, which is why Dallas didn't re-engage in trade talks for Max. So I don't think that it was manufactured. I do think that it was like, oh, Hendrickson is available and we can get him for this. And it was like, okay, well, fuck this trade that we just did. Whereas maybe they would have been more okay with it if Hendrickson wasn't available for what he was available for. But once that came up, I think it was like, hey, we could pivot off of this and go get Hendrickson and probably get close to the same value for a lot less
Yep.
than what we're given to get Max.
Keep
So
those
I
first rounders
I
because
do think
that's
it was
important.
dirty as fuck,
Oh
but
yeah, and that's what
it was
happens
dirty as
whenever
fuck. But
that's
bro,
that's what happens when you start. You open up you can do all that
yep,
shit before. Like, I mean, I love it because it makes free agency so much funner. Because them moves were coming off the boards like crazy.
yeah.
But we can get into the actual first real topic, which is winners and losers of NFL free agency. I have a couple, and I get to start because I'm the old one. Winners of free agency for me. I honestly, Isaiah's not gonna like this. Miami. This is the first time I can remember in forever that Miami actually understands the assignment. We ain't shit. How do you get stuff? Let's get all of these draft picks and start over. Because even if you kept Waddle, what's the ceiling? Y'all are going to be bad. So pull a thunder, trade everybody for 9 million picks, and keep it pushing. I also like what the Raiders have done. The Raiders have been cooking. They continue to cook. I mean, honestly, they are. The Steelers so far, I like what they did. Not because I'm just biased, but also because they are setting up whoever the new quarterback is in the future with a very good roster with the Michael Pittman and Jamel Dean. And they're still signing guys. We'll see. Obviously, Rodgers will probably be back, but I don't expect too much from that. And then after that, I would say Denver with just the Jalen Waddle move. I think a team that gets to the AFC Championship and they do need a receiver who can just win to help Bo Nix, big time. But Cam, go ahead.
Um, we doing just one or are we doing both?
Yeah, winners and losers. Oh shit, I didn't even
Winners
say
and
a
losers.
losers.
Yeah.
Losers, my fault. Losers, give me Baltimore, and I'm giving Baltimore it because your teams aren't gonna want to deal with you no more. You're kind of eh. I also think losers in the free agency market so far. I'm gonna say Philly. Philly's gonna have issues. They're paying. They just paid somebody last week, but they are going to have to trade AJ Brown. And I think the date is June 1st. And after June 1st, their dead cap gets cut in half. So people are thinking that he's still going to get traded, but you sign Hollywood Brown, that's not going to replace AJ Brown. So it's going to make it harder on Jalen Hurts. It's going to make it harder on that offensive line, and they're going to need more from their defense. So, me personally, I think Philly's Super Bowl window has shut unless they do something big at the wide receiver position. And yeah, that's my only loser. But go ahead, Cam.
Yeah, I don't understand what Philly. I mean, Hollywood's just to me a worse version of Devontae, but that's just me. Okay, so for winners, I got Minnesota. Um, Minnesota didn't. I mean, all they did, as far as I saw, was bring in Kyler, which I think is an upgrade um, over.
Nine, baby. Over
Nine,
nine,
baby.
baby.
Yeah,
Not
where
at nine, baby. We on the grind,
Oh,
baby.
JJ
yeah over
McCarthy.
JJ. Yeah, like I I think the offensive upside. Plus, I feel like Kevin McConnell is the real quarterback whisperer. Like as much as people hype up the Niners, Kevin McConnell has rehabbed so many quarterbacks and turned them into stars or made them look like stars while they were in Minnesota. I think he could do the same for Kyler. So I really like Minnesota just off that one move. I like what the Rams are doing. I think the Rams, kind of like what you said with Miami, the Rams understood the assignment. They have what looks like could be the best version of Matthew Stafford for a couple more years, and they have cashed in on the defensive side of the ball. I really like that. Uh, I'm the opposite. I like what the Ravens did for more of a win now. Um, didn't really look at it 5 years down the road when people don't want to do business with them anymore. But for in terms of just this single free agency period. I like what they did. They pocketed back their first rounders and they got a premier pass rush. I like that. As far as losers, Cincinnati has done absolutely nothing to address their offensive line issues, uh, and they lost their best pass rush. I mean, I don't understand why they it seems like they're standing pat when they have a window if they would just address the offensive line. The Bills, I mean, they brought in DJ Moore. They did nothing to address their defense. Their defense was the issue last season, not their offense. I don't understand why they can't figure that part out. And also the Patriots, man. What did I have I haven't seen the Patriots do anything.
Romeo Dobbs. That's about it. I think they did some
Terrible.
re-signing and stuff, but
Their
nothing
schedule is
big.
going to be harder. They didn't upgrade anywhere. I just,
They cut
like I said,
Stephon Diggs.
bro, like, you have a window to do something. You made it, you made it to the Super Bowl. No, it was a Super Bowl, right? Yeah, they made it to the Super Bowl and didn't upgrade at all. Like that's who I have for winners and losers. I mean, I had some other ones. I like what Dallas is doing. I like what Jacksonville did, but if I had to pick, LA is a winner to me, definitely. Isaiah,
Pass the sticks.
Marlon, I completely see your vision of the Miami Dolphins
Look,
and
you just
what
wait
you
until the floor is
displayed.
open. Don't waste your time.
Okay.
Wait until the
No,
floor is
no,
open. Winners and
no,
losers,
no, no,
bro.
no. Okay, okay. To me, I could agree with you. I think the Ravens are big losers in this regard. I also think a slight winner might it might be the Las Vegas Raiders in this instance. I think getting Lindenbaum to kind of help with their offensive line, going ahead and trading Gino, getting rid of that contract that he had just signed with them. They, I think they added somebody on the defense. I can't remember his name, but the one team that I could also say that to me did make some moves was Cincinnati. They didn't. They made some small moves on defense. Offensively, they can't afford nobody, man. They're just gonna have to ride it out with them for the next 3 or 4 years. But I mean, to me, biggest losers, got to say the Ravens. Biggest winners, I would say the Raiders and the Titans.
If you open the floor, you tell me because I
It's open.
it's
It's
open.
open, brother.
Bet we
It's
got
open.
5-7. Team that, in my opinion, that nobody mentioned, and I'm surprised because it's sitting right here on my phone to tell me to say it. The Niners getting Mike Evans, I think, helps quite a bit. Getting the other Bosa helps just a bit. Getting Christian Kirk is going to help just a bit. Dre Greenlaw will be back. Nate Hobbs is a sneaky good signing. I think they did enough to make themselves better. Um, they still have to address whatever's happening with Trent, but I think they can do that. But I think I like what they did. I also, I mean, I'm trying to think of any big time moves. Like I said, Miami's fine with me. Denver hadn't done a lot, but they did more than you know what I mean. Like there's a lot that they, I don't know. It started off hot. It's cooled down quite a bit. Um, yeah, like free agency. Let me pull this shit up. The Jalen Waddle trade that shook me this morning. I'm not gonna lie.
I liked what Seattle did.
Yeah,
I
I did
like
too.
that. To me, they made a championship organization move. They did not overpay Kenneth Walker.
Yep.
That's to
And they
me.
lost. They lost a lot of pieces on defense. I don't like that at all. That defense that helped you stay in games, and that defense that helped
Mm.
you get to the
What
Super
pieces they
Bowl.
lose?
They lost Kobe Bryant,
Uh-huh.
uh, Boye Mafe, who's the linebacker. They lost one other guy. I'm trying to pull it up right now. Just bear
Do
with me.
they have Bobby Wagner?
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just kidding. No,
I
I just look at them like, man,
I agree
their
with you too, Kim.
defensive line. They still have Demarcus Lawrence, right?
Yes.
Who was a fucking terror last year. They still have Nicky Memwari, who was
Yep.
awesome, and he was a rookie.
Yep.
And now they have all this cap space they can play with whenever they need to
And the draft.
because they did not pay Kenneth
Kenneth
Walker in
Walker.
a godly amount when they have Zach Charbonnet right behind him. What they
Yes.
did is what Cincinnati should have did with T. Higgins.
Yes.
You already paid your premier receiver. No team in the league is playing like winning football when you have two premier receivers and a premier quarterback, and that's all your money's going to.
Facts. And Isaiah, I do think the reason I'm fine with what Seattle is doing is because most teams that win a Super Bowl and their window opens up, you see the change. Usually one side of the ball is young and the other one is full of veterans. They had more vets on the defensive side than they did the offensive side. The offense is kind of just thrown together. You're going to see it do this, where their defense is. It's what happened with Russ, essentially. Russ was brought in, he made enough plays. The Legion of Boom was the thing. And then once they phased out, Russ was throwing for 40 touchdowns a year. So I think that's what's going to happen there. I do agree. I mean, the defense is what got them there. They just can't pay everybody, unfortunately. But they'll still be
I'm
competitive.
curious. I am curious what they're going to do to replace Kobe Bryant. I mean, he's pretty solid
Draft.
corner.
Draft. There's a lot of secondary guys coming out this year that are fast, physical, big. Yeah, there's quite a bit.
How do y'all feel about Pacheco going to the Lions? I thought of that, and I
I don't give a
was,
fuck. I was like, he's not gonna get on the field much. Jameer Gibbs is gonna get a bunch of touches. Cam,
yeah.
you said you
I
didn't
do
like
like.
Buffalo. I actually,
I
they did.
I just don't think they addressed their defense. I did like Houston picking up Montgomery.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
mean,
They need it bad.
yeah,
They
yeah, they
need
need
it.
some shit. Where did Chubb just sign somewhere not too long ago? No,
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't paying
uh,
attention.
dang it,
Yeah, he did. He did.
can't
Trying to
remember who
see.
was it.
Hey,
Was it Buffalo? That might have been Buffalo.
hey, you know
No,
who
I
really
think so.
y'all know who really won the free agents agency so far?
Who?
The Panthers, bro. They
yeah, I didn't see
signed
it.
Super Bowl champion Kenny
Kitty,
Pickett.
flick it, baby.
Get the fuck out of here.
Say
The
it
Jalen
again.
Phillips,
Say
the
his
Jalen
name.
Phillips, Isaiah Simmons, like they got better. I'm curious what
Devin
they're going to go in
Lloyd.
the draft. Yeah, yeah. They didn't do anything. They did like Pittsburgh. They didn't do anything huge, but they got a lot of pieces for depth that'll be able to like produce. I also agree that Kyler taking that Kevin O'Donnell take a bow,
Yeah,
Kev. Take a bow.
and it's possible it doesn't work out, but I'm going based off what I've seen Kevin McConnell do with every other washed out quarterback.
Yeah.
He completely turned their career around.
Yeah, he comes from the McVay tree, so that doesn't
Yeah.
shock me at all. I mean, that's just the thing. Looking at some of these other moves, the Chiefs didn't have a bad one so far. The Justin Fields thing, I know people got excited about it the other day. And I'm like, bro, whatever. It felt like the Giants, they were like, man, any Baltimore Raven that needs a contract, baby, come get it,
Yeah.
come
I
get
felt
it.
like everybody was pretty fired up about what Atlanta did, but the only thing I saw them do was Tua, which I thought was stupid. Like you already got a quarterback that's
A
a lefty
left-hander,
and he's
injury
banged up.
prone.
Like, yeah, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing? But maybe I missed some things. I just saw a bunch of people fired up about it.
It's crazy too because I think the Jets
It-
they've had a solid
I-
win. It's just the Jets.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, and I think the Tua thing, the people that are looking at her or injury prone left-handed quarterback. However, the flip side of that is he has more experience and he will not have to sit there and drop back and try to launch the ball 50 yards down the field. What you need with that offense is somebody to throw the intermediate routes.
Or
That's
them
why
check
Kirk
downs to
Cousin,
Bijan.
yeah, which is why Kirk, whenever Kirk got in the game, sometimes he was cooking motherfuckers. Okay, it's because Kirk is not throwing the ball 50 yards down the field, which is what Tua was asked to do in Miami for the deep ball. You
Hey, bro,
don't have
put
to
some
do that.
respect on Kirk's name. He was throwing that motherfucker down the
I
field.
mean, he was firing that pigskin, but I'm saying like the offenses are completely different. So I
Yeah.
think Tua won't have to do the things that he was asked to do in Miami.
It-
So I could see it being
Stefanski's
okay.
offense. How do you feel about that Stefanski's offense? Because he's not going to throw the
I,
ball. Like if
I mean,
he's
it's a
going to
lot
call
of play
something,
action.
yeah, Dylan Gabriel. That's what he's
Yeah,
going to look like.
I hope not because
How'd y'all
that
how'd y'all feel about Justin Fields down in Kansas City?
It
I
it
don't.
it gives Andy Reid a package. Pause.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But that's all. It's just third and short or something like that. It gives him something cool to do. It's
yeah,
I'm
similar
not.
to when he had McNabb and then they got Vic.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's what I
I'm not
like
gonna.
when I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, this must just be a like just a like a jolt move, like a hey, let's see
I
what
think
Andy
so
Reid can
too.
do with this guy move. Let's see if he can hold it
Well,
down
and
until Pat
and
Mahomes comes back.
also
They lost Gardner too.
Pat. Yeah, well, Pat Mahomes got hurt late in the season. If he's rehabbing and taking his time,
Yeah,
They said
maybe
he's not
Justin
taking his time.
Field. Okay,
They said he's been saying I'll be back week 1. And
okay. Well,
and
then there you go.
last thing that I have before we push to the next topic, like I was gonna say, Cam, with the Bills thing, I think the reason that they went more in offensively is because the league is about to shift again, and it's about to be can you keep up? Eric Bieniemy, Cheetah's coming back. They're about to just start throwing that motherfucker down the field. Y'all's offense honestly got it going late in the season. You got to be
yeah.
able to keep up. So I think you'll start to see a little bit more of that. And they're going to draft heavy offensive line and defense secondary more than likely. But losing fucking the other Bosa, like, come on, what are y'all
Yeah.
doing? What are y'all
I
doing?
mean, how much of an impact can you honestly say that he made while he was in Buffalo?
Well, I don't remember him a lot, but again,
Well, he's always had injury problems. I mean, this is the
yeah,
first year that Nick got hurt because of the 5G radiation towers near the practice facility for the 49ers. So all those big moves that you were talking about, Marlon, they don't mean shit. They're all going to get hurt.
they're going to
Well,
the Super Bowl,
that's why
guaranteed.
I wasn't that's why I wasn't fired up about Mike Evans. I'm like, you just brought in another receiver that's got injury
Well,
problems. Like,
well, well. That's a vet presence, and you know they're not going to keep Ayuk. So
And Kyle
yeah, and I
Shanahan,
heard that I saw that they weren't going to keep Javon Jennings either,
Pearsall.
which is kind of weird to me.
he wanted
Well,
out.
because Jawan, yeah, and he's probably going to ask for a lot more money
Yeah,
because he's been their one consistent receiver for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
get it going. All
Didn't
right, fellas.
uh didn't Debo Samuel go back?
Not yet. There's rumors that he may,
Oh,
but he hasn't. But next topic, Cam, get us kicked off. Is Shea Gildress Alexander the best Thunder player of all time?
without question. It's not even close. Um, as much as I love Russ, Shea brought a title, brother. Like he brought a title. He has an MVP. He's fixing to have a second MVP. He was a Finals MVP. He's a 2K cover athlete. Wait, all of those except for the MVP. Russ never did. Um, he three straight 30 point per game seasons. Leader of the team that set the NBA record for point differential. That means they're whooping motherfuckers' asses. So, like, I don't know. I'm hesitant to say that he will ever be as loved as Russ is in Oklahoma City from a true Thunder fan. But he is unquestionably the great to me the greatest Thunder ever. Like just because I mean what he's brought to the table and what he's going to continue to bring to the table. Uh, I don't know. I said this 2.5 years ago. He's the closest version of Kobe I've ever seen since Kobe. Like his play style, his game. I think he's a little more efficient, not as killer instinct. Like I see Shea pass the ball sometimes in the clutch. Kobe would never, ever, ever. Well, he did once to Ron Artest, who gamed the Celtics in Game 6.
Bang!
Yeah, but other than that,
And he
Kobe never
wanted the
passed.
ball back.
Yes,
Ron
he
just shot
did.
that shit.
Ron was like, "No, fuck that. I got this. Mine." But yeah, I mean, I his bag is so crazy. Like I don't know. He just to me he has like an Oklahoma attitude. He's super down to earth, super humble. He's not like to me. I mean, he's got a swagger, but I wouldn't consider it cocky or arrogant. He cares about the group as a whole more than he does his own individual accolades, or at least that's what he presents on the surface. So I think he embodies like the Oklahoma City character.
They call it the
And
Oklahoma Standard, brother.
whatever
Don't you
that.
ever
Yeah,
forget it.
but I mean, just simply because he was the leader of the team that not only brought Oklahoma City its first major sports championship, but also set the bar in the NBA for point differential, which means they were kicking the shit out of people on the way. That to me, he's the greatest Thunder player ever for those reasons. But I ride with Russ, man.
I
Russ is
get
my
it.
dog.
One of the biggest things, well, one, I truly believe that he is. You can arguably say that in the past 3 seasons, he has submitted his legacy not only as an all timer for the game of basketball, but especially as a quote unquote now legend in the Oklahoma City sports world. And I say that, I don't say it lightly, but I say it in the sense of one, he's committed to the team by re signing. He's put down roots here. He wants to be here. I doubt that that changes with their youth and what they've been able to do as far as Sam Presti, just finessing everybody in the league, getting draft picks, establishing that youth, and making sure that the right pieces fit within the organization. I was at the game on Sunday whenever they were down to the Timberwolves, and nobody could stop Julius Randle. I mean, his hustle on the court to block an easy layup of Julius Randle's was amazing. Not only that, he had his 20 points and the streak stayed alive, but he also had 10 assists. He realized eventually that his shot wasn't going down and he needed to defer to other people. But whenever it was his time, he was aggressive and getting back to the line. And he hit a very clutch shot to kind of put them up and allowed the team to ride that momentum and the energy of the game to carry through for them to be up almost by 20 towards the end of the game before it was just trash minutes. He is the greatest Thunder player of all time. May you can even go to say if you look at the Sonics organization, if you want to count them, I think he surpassed all of them, if not very close to Gary Payton and what he meant to the Sonics.
I'm not finna glaze this man because there's only been two NBA players that I've glazed, and that's Bean and Wardell. But what I will say is whenever I hear conversations of people going back and forth on is SGA the best Thunder player of all time or is it Russ, it lets me know first, majority of fan bases are idiotic. And second, people cannot see the difference between your favorite and the best. And you can see it. You see people argue that their team was better even though they didn't win a Super Bowl or they didn't win an NBA championship. SGA can say that not only was he the best player in the league, but whenever he was the best player in the league, the Thunder were the best team in the league. I've said it since Russ was running the show. Russ is not as good as people think. And I can say that and not be disrespectful to the man because he is an all time great. However, his style of play was his numbers, not the team's number. And that's why when they got to the playoffs, they got their shit pushed in because it's easily defended. SGA is not. That style of play, it's going to win. It's the difference between individual accolades and championships. And there's a conversation. It's easy to find on YouTube. It's Kobe and T Mac, and they asked Kobe about James Harden, and he said that style of ball will not win. Do you think me and Mike couldn't have played like that? We did. It wasn't winning championships. The style that they developed, that won championships. That is the same style of play that SGA has. You're never going to win a championship if you dominate the ball the entire possession, the entire game. SGA does not have to. He picks and chooses his moments the same way Kobe did, the same way Mike did. That's what separates him. This should never have been a question. I said that he was the best the second he won the NBA Finals. To me, he was the best. People appreciate Russ more, and I think Russ is more people's favorite, but that doesn't mean that he's better. Floor is open.
Well, Cameron's mic is muted, so I'll go
Eh,
first again.
yeah,
Well,
Um,
the floor is
fuck
open, so
off.
it don't
yeah,
matter. Cutting each other off, I don't give a.
no, 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 no. I just want to elaborate on what some of the things that you were saying. If you look at other players that were playing with Russ at the time, right? You look at KD and you look what he's been able to do since he left the Thunder with playing with Russ. He is gonna go down as the best, one of the best pure scorers in NBA history, who does play off the ball. So, is it more of a question of the way that Russ was playing within the game when the team had early success with them a detriment to the legacy of Russ or
No,
other players that were on that team?
no, because fans
See,
love that style of play. So it will never. You still hear fans talk about T Mac, and I mean T Mac was just a bucket, but okay,
I think the most dangerous version of Russ was the version he played with KD
I agree.
when he wasn't the man,
When
like
he
he
was
was number
Robin,
two option.
yes,
Brother, that version of Russ was so fucking
I think that
elite.
first taste of Pauls, that first moment when KD got hurt and it was Russ and
Yeah,
Jeff Green,
yeah.
and Russ was like, "Bro, I can just
yeah.
have the ball in my hands all the time. I don't have to really pass unless it's a wide open corner three." Oh, okay.
It became it became Kobe Shaq quickly, where it was like even though Kobe is my favorite player, when he was a young pup on the Lakers team, he was amazing. He wasn't Diesel. Like that, he wasn't
Yeah.
Diesel. So as much as like that's what what happened, the difference is like I mentioned, Kobe changed his style of play. Russ still continues, even now, is still a I want a high pick and roll, isolation, and just go to spots, and I'm gonna pass you the ball and just shoot it. That's basically it. So
I
okay,
just
Katie.
I just think people love Russ because in probably the darkest day in Oklahoma City sports history, Russ. Yeah, I had to be careful. I had to include the word sports. There was a lot of dark days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, there's
Uh,
a lot of things that
I
happen.
just I feel like Russ made the people feel worthy of
Yeah.
a superstar.
Yeah.
Like yes, people do want to come here because before that, before Russ re-signed, before he stepped up, Oklahoma. That was the thing about Oklahoma City is we could not attract free agents. Now that's not attracting a free agent, but that is a big time star that could have bolted for Los Angeles at the time, and everybody thought would bolt, and he stayed and re-signed, re-upped, and then brought PG with him. So I think a lot of that love is because I don't y'all remember before all that, everybody was so quick to run Russ out of town. Like they didn't like him. They thought he was selfish. They wanted Harden. They wanted Russ to go. When he stayed and the other two were gone, that's what changed the
The
dynamic
whole yeah.
around
And then
Russ.
people
Like,
acted like they weren't on his ass. And
bro,
get him out of here. We want 35. We want Kevin
yeah,
Durant. And
dude,
then it was a quick
And I
switch up.
think he's still committed to the city. That what he is doing by being like the creative consultant to the revamp of the
hmm
new arena and the area around it, like that
yeah,
just shows that it'll always have a special place for him. That does not make him the greatest Thunder player of all time.
no,
Exactly. That's all I
yeah,
wanted to get across to people is like I think he's an amazing guy. Like he really is. Like he's
He's a
been
Hall of Famer.
dedicated. Yeah,
He's-
easily. He's just not the best Thunder player of all time. You let's
I,
keep it a stack.
I,
Oklahoma. This is different because this is our first professional sports championship. But for you to be considered the best, you have to win a championship. In
yeah,
every other organization, you have to win a championship. And if you don't win a championship, then you're a bad mofo. But again, like Barry Sanders to me is the greatest Detroit Lion. He didn't win, but Detroit ain't won. So fuck out of here.
that's how OU measures their success is winning championships.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
case closed.
yeah.
I have two questions for y'all. Who's going to have their jersey retired first? SGA or KD?
SGA
Think
by a
about it.
mile. SGA
Think
by a
about it.
mile.
SGA is going to play another 10 years after
10,
Durant
and
retires.
and it's gonna
You
take
think it,
15 or
you think
20.
you think it'll be that long? See, I
more.
don't
Yes,
know if it'll
bro.
be that long.
Yes, bro. Because
I think Katie would
Well,
have his.
okay, so here's the thing that we should also look at. Russ and KD are still playing right now. The
Mhm.
longer they play, the longer it will take KD. Because if you look at the years that he played with the franchise and the years that he wasn't there, the years that he wasn't there is starting to grow more.
Yeah,
So I think it's gonna take longer
I
because
think.
he's been away for 10 whole years and he played in Oklahoma City for none.
yeah,
See, I don't think I think Russ will have his jersey retired within 2 years of his
it
retirement.
might be
My
as soon
opinion,
as he retires, they'll
bro.
announce it on the schedule.
Here's the crazy thing. Hot take. I don't think they'll stop there. I think that Russ and SGA will have statues outside the new arena.
I agree.
I think Russ is
I
the
think
pinnacle, the
statues.
cornerstone.
Fuck, I think
SGA brought the first title.
that's tough too. Yeah, Russ is gonna get his statue and his jersey retired first. SGLB,
Mhm.
brother. We'll see Nick Collison. We'll see like
Look,
Serge Ibaka. Like all their jerseys will be retired before KD's. We're gonna be old
no,
as shit before KD's jersey.
look, I
Okay,
mean
okay.
this with all the strength. Come on, man. Nick Collison. I'm sorry.
It's Mr.
I'm just,
Thunder. The hell's
brother.
wrong with you?
I know, but
I'm just
I
telling you.
Okay,
he's
Marlon. All right, Marlon. What do you think will happen first then? KD gets his jersey retired, or or OU puts anything about Lincoln Riley in their memorabilia
Oh, that's
the years that he was here.
oh.
That's hard.
he did take them to two CFPs, did he not?
Yeah, and he set all kinds of records.
I think they'll forgive KD
Yes,
first.
they have to at
He's
some
another,
point
I
bring
well
Lincoln Riley
the
back
burn
into
of
the
Lincoln. It
maybe,
stings
but I
bro.
think they'll avoid
harder.
that forever. Katie, that you can at least say, you know what, we just won a championship. So like as much as fuck you, like you did help be the cornerstone for the organization. So like let's chill out on you a little bit. Lincoln, brother, if you bring up Lincoln Riley around the right OU fans, they still bring up that dry ass brisket.
See, that's just hella dry. When you can look at a picture of brisket and be like, ugh,
Exactly.
like,
Exactly.
oh man, I just
It ain't got no
I don't know
tenderness.
why Thunder fans can't just be like, because this is my attitude. Fuck him. That don't mean I don't appreciate what he was for 10 years in Oklahoma City, what he did for the community, how he was the first one down in Moore after the tornado, like like boots on the ground. Like that don't mean I don't appreciate all of that, but still fuck him. You know, if they retire his jersey, cool, whatever.
Facts. Facts. And I think it'll be like a Kurt Angle thing, though. You suck.
Yeah,
Is like with admiration, bro, we hate you. But like
yeah.
you did and you were a part of the start of this. That's
I mean, he still has nothing but nice things to say about the team, the organization, who runs it.
he
It wasn't. I don't think it was an issue of him not wanting to continue his career here based on the place. I think it was solely based on what he wanted to do with his career and knowing that he couldn't do it with what Oklahoma City had at the time.
and most hated people in Oklahoma in a sports way. KD is probably like fifth or sixth on my list because I'm
Yeah.
not a Thunder fan. But Lincoln Riley, you're on that list high, but you're still only number two. You're just the poop. Because number one is Marcus Dupree, and I wasn't alive. But getting knocked out in the Red River like shootout, and then packing your bags and like you a bitch.
He was
I
dealing with a lot, Marlon. Watch the
brother,
documentary.
CTE. Oh
Watch the
yeah,
30 for
you
30.
know what? Maybe I should. Here live, Marcus Dupree. I'll put you at number two. Lincoln Riley, you're going to one.
major rights up there for me. There's a fucking pass interference at the
100%.
beginning of the national championship.
Yep.
And he
Like,
talks about it like I
I,
just dove at his
I
chin.
wanted him.
bro,
Pause, bro.
that
Oh.
completely set the tone for that game.
Oh, it immediately
Completely set the tone.
once I seen that, I was like, this shit's over. But keep it pushing. We got a couple more topics. Isaiah, you get to start this one. Ideal weather. He bounced, didn't he?
Uh-oh. Yeah, what
This
the
guy,
hell?
fuck it.
This
All right,
man.
I'll start.
Bro, fuck him. Yeah.
Ideal weather for me. Ideal weather for me. I say about give me a good 7 to 7. couple clouds in the sky just so I'm not getting fried. Let me get outside with the kids and chill out. Hit the block, walk, get on a bike, something like that. Perfect grilling weather. Not too hot, not too cold. And I ain't got to run this high ass like air conditioner. I can lift the windows up, turn the fans on, you know what I mean? Like that's perfect for me. That's perfect. That's my pleasure. But go ahead, Kim.
I would say for me, ideal weather. High 40s, low to mid 50s, clear skies, sun's out, sun's bright, sun's warm, no fucking wind whatsoever. Let that sun heat me up with that cold, crisp air. Like, that's perfect to me. Perfect weather. You could go out there in a hoodie and shorts, or you could go out there in pants and a t shirt, or you can go out there with a light jacket. Again, I feel like that's also pretty good grilling weather. You could fish in it. The only thing you can't do is swim. I
You
mean,
talk to the right people, they'll swim.
yeah, my family up in Wisconsin, they don't give a shit. All right, Isaiah, since you finally want to
Yeah,
fucking join us.
yeah. What's your
All right,
ideal
All right.
weather?
So the perfect weather for me is 72 and breezy, clear skies. All right. And I'm gonna tell you why, okay? I'm gonna tell you why. Because if I wanna, walk around the block like Marlon said, I could do that. If I want to wear pants, I could do that. If I want to wear sweats, I could do that. If I want to wear shorts. The breeziness, give me a south by southeasterly wind, about about 10 miles, 10
Dog,
miles an hour on the
that's
wind.
tornado winds.
It depends on the season. It
Wait,
depends
wait.
on the
No, no,
region.
no, no, no.
But
You're right. My fault. My fault. No, you're right. Southwest. I'm tripping. My fault.
yeah, yeah. But and the reason I say that is because you might want to toss the ball around. That's a good weather with that breeze. It'll cool you off. You're not gonna break a sweat. Okay. And if you want to, go on maybe like a light jog, breeze is gonna cool you down. You're not gonna be drenched. However, if you want to hop in the pool, you could do so. It's not that hot. You can hop in the hot tub. I mean, there's a multitude of options. 72, light breeze, clear skies, full hearts. Can't lose.
can't lose.
Can't lose. I say 60 would be good for me too. Like if it's like Cam said, no wind, which is never, but no wind, perfect. 58, 64, sun, no wind. I'm cooking.
Real quick, shout out to Michael B. Jordan. God damn it. Winning himself a little award.
Facts.
That clear eyes, full hearts can't lose. Got me fired up, man.
Hey, hey, Michael
Shout out
B.
to Michael B.
Boy.
Michael B. Keeping the Michael Jordan. They still winning. Who's
Hey,
the GOAT?
hey,
LeBron or Michael Jordan?
that's the only scene on the new Space Jam that I laughed out loud at when they're hyping up about finding Michael Jordan in the stands and they bring his ass in the locker room. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
say, yeah, that good movie. Well deserved. I didn't see Marty Supreme or any other movies that were on the Oscar docket. However, proud. That's
Mm.
that's historic right there. It didn't happen in Black History Month. That's okay. It happened right after. It's okay.
Okay, I am literally looking for this list. I thought I had it, and I don't. And if I can't, I mean, we just gonna keep it pushing. Oh, there we go. Got it. All right. Keep 3, cut 9, and I'm telling y'all, it is all dogs. So there's not gonna be any real right answers or wrong answers. But I'm telling you, this list is full of dogs. So without further ado, first name up, Adrian Peterson.
Keep.
If it's 9 dogs, 9,
It's 12 guys, but I'm saying it's dogs, dog. That's what I'm saying.
12
Keep.
dogs.
Cam's
Let's go
keeping.
ahead and keep. Let's go
Okay.
ahead and keep.
Okay. Next name up, Ashton Genty.
Cut.
Cut. What has he done? What has he done, brother?
It's college running backs. College.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
It's dogs. I'm telling you. It's
Yeah, I'm still keeping and cutting.
okay. Okay.
I'm not gonna cut him. I won't cut his.
You're not gonna cut who? Ashton Genty?
Estrogen. I
You
won't
get
cut
3
estrogen.
He had
keeps.
one. He had
You
one
have 3.
year.
Okay, here.
Dog.
Do you want to keep him? I'll give you this one opportunity to listen to this next name, Isaiah. And once I say this next name, I'll let you cut Ashton Genty. Next name up, Ricky Williams.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
we're definitely
He,
cutting Asher Genty. I'm arguing if we should have kept Adrian Peterson because you said there's 12 dogs, and Adrian Peterson got hurt. His
He was
legacy in
still a
college
dog.
football was great. He was a first rounder, was a Heisman finalist at one point, but
should have won the Heisman, by the way.
I,
1975 as a freshman,
As a freshman.
brother, in the prime of the Big 12.
And he split the backfield with Kewan
Yeah,
Jones.
with Keywan, brother.
He
He
didn't
split
even
the
start.
backfield his
Yeah,
entire career
and he wasn't even the starter at the beginning of the season.
because
But
because right after Keywan, who was the guy came in that was splitting carries with DeMarco his freshman year?
was it Chris Brown?
Who? God, no, it wasn't Chris Brown. It was
Alan Patrick.
Alan
Alan
Patrick
Patrick.
Keywan.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
He
yeah,
switched back to running back. He was playing
bro,
safety. And then
bro. Adrian Peterson's unequivocal. We're keeping him.
Me,
Fuck.
me looking at this list, there should be two names that y'all have a conversation with, but we'll get to the next name, Jonathan Taylor.
Hold on. Oh,
You're
okay.
cutting him. Cutting him.
Well, didn't Jonathan Taylor hold the record till Piron? That's tough. God,
No, I
dang,
thought that was Melvin Gordon.
No, that was Melvin Gordon.
was
Yeah,
that
But we're
Melvin?
cutting.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
cutting JT.
We're cutting.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Next name up, Ezekiel Elliott.
We're
cut.
cutting.
Okay. Next name up, Derrick Henry.
That's a Heisman winner. Oof. Did we keep Ricky Williams?
Yeah, he's a Heisman winner too.
I will say
But this is if you keep Derrick Henry, that's it. Everybody else is cut.
no. We are
Yeah.
going to cut Derrick Henry
because
because he had his Heisman year, but every other year he was splitting carries. Ricky Williams was the man from start to finish. So was Adrian Peterson.
Okay. Next name up, Reginald Bush.
Mother.
There's still 5 other guys after Reggie, so
Yeah, but I mean, God, you know what pisses? This is the kind of shit that pisses me off because he does have a Heisman, but he was splitting carries. But when he split carries, he did not have a single year like AD had.
facts.
When AD should have won the Heisman. That's what
Facts.
pisses me off about AD not winning the Heisman that year.
If we're
giving it
talking
to
about
Liner.
transcendence in the college football game, Reggie Bush, everybody wanted to be like him. Everybody.
I used to front flip myself.
And how many names are left after
5.
Reginald?
5.
5. I'm cutting because I'm counting on one name being on the damn list.
Yeah, there's only one name that should matter. We should cut him.
All right. What name, if you guys don't mind, what name are you guys looking for?
Barry Sanders.
I'm counting Barry, yeah.
Barry Sanders is the only name that we should be keeping.
It doesn't go back that far. Next name up, Saquon Barkley.
Cut him.
Okay.
Although
Next.
he so far is the only running back that's been mentioned that also had a big impact in the special teams.
Yeah.
So
Well, besides Reggie.
All around, yeah.
did Reggie
Yeah,
play
Reggie
special teams? Did he return punts and
He
kicks?
ran.
returned-
He
yeah.
ran.
Oh, see, I thought maybe Dwayne Jarrett did on those teams.
Next name up, Darren McFadden.
Cut him. He was splitting carries with
Yeah,
3 other
cut.
dudes.
Yeah, with Felix
Felix
Jones,
and Peyton, Pro Bowl, Madden
Hills.
cover Hillis. By God.
Peyton Hillis.
He's next name
What
up.
we got left? 3 left.
3 left. Next name up, Mark Ingram.
Cut him. Cut him.
I can't justify keeping him and cutting.
Reggie
Reggie
Bush.
Bush.
Yeah,
I
there
can't.
should be one name that should be
It's
undoubted.
not Barry.
I know.
Next
However,
name up, LaMichael James.
cut. What? What are we talking about here?
Hey, bro. Easy.
Michael James was a dog though, bro, in Oregon. God, dog. Like
There should be one name that he was a running back that
Y'all,
we should be keeping.
I mean, y'all cut Derrick Henry and Reggie Bush.
That's why I'm so disappointed that after this, now we find out Barry's not on this
No,
fucking list. That
Bears.
pisses me off.
Yeah,
Hey
yeah. We
man,
got 12 dogs.
hey, it is 12 dogs. That's 12 dogs. What you talking about? And final name up,
We gotta
Christian
keep it.
McCaffrey.
Okay, yeah,
Keep
I'm
it.
okay with that.
Keep
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
I'm okay with
I,
that.
yeah.
He didn't want a Heisman, which pisses me off.
Which he
But
was robbed of. Yes, I 1,000% agree with you.
Hey, I'm not mad at it. I would have stopped the list at Derrick Henry personally.
yeah,
I would have stopped it there. That I
I,
thought that the names that y'all were gonna like discuss would be Derrick Henry and then Reggie Bush. After that, I would have cut everybody. I'm not gonna lie to you.
well, that's what we were. I mean, that's kind of how it went. Like,
Yeah.
that
I
was
think
the
I
flow
hesitate.
until you were like, Bruce Sanders isn't on the list.
Well,
I was
you
like,
were holding out
fuck
for
the whole
Barry,
list.
and I'm like, oh shit, that makes sense. But I thought it was a dead ass giveaway when the oldest dude on the list was Ricky Williams.
But how did we know?
Yeah.
We didn't know that shit
Man,
until after
You
you
gave it so.
said that.
Well, first off,
it don't
who were the
matter,
first three?
motherfucker.
Who were
It's
the first three?
the
Adrian
first
Peterson.
Ashton Genty and Ricky Williams. And
You
I
went.
would have kept
You
Peterson, Ricky
jumped.
Williams. I didn't jump shit. I went Peterson, Genty, Ricky Williams. I'd have kept two
Look,
out of those three.
that's okay. Ashton Genty is the most recent. Adrian Peterson played the game 19 years ago.
Yeah, in the
No,
2000s.
like 20
Yeah.
years ago. And then
Okay.
6 years
Ricky.
prior was
Yeah.
Ricky. So
Oh,
what are you doing?
awesome.
You're trending
Awesome.
backwards.
Awesome. You
You're
watched Ricky
trending
Williams
backwards.
play. You watched Ricky Williams play college ball. Did you watch Barry Sanders play college ball, Isaiah?
No, but
Shut the
the
fuck
stats
up.
the stats are undeniable, son. I watched
Anyways.
YouTube. I saw what he
Anyways.
did.
Anyways, you're watching live.
We should
Final.
do a. Go ahead.
No, you.
I was. We should do a few more of these on like defensive players, wide
Yeah, I
receivers. Because I'd be
honestly,
like defensive backs, bro. I'd be shit
honestly, I'm not gonna
linebackers
lie
and
to you.
tackles.
What I usually do is I'll just be scrolling on the pooper, and I'll just be on Twitter scrolling, and I'll see a list and be like, I'm saving that. And then I just pull
Yeah,
it back up and read it off. And then I get Isaiah mad at me because fucking Barry Sanders wasn't on there. It's not my fault you cut
I'm.
fucking
There's more than one
Derrick Henry.
person in this
I'm not.
podcast that's mad that Barry Sanders is on the list.
Yeah, I was a little upset because I probably would have kept Bush over Henry because in my life, Bush was almost looked at as like untouchable,
Facts.
like like must see TV.
Facts.
Derrick Henry wasn't that for Alabama.
I,
Alabama's
I will
defense.
say if we were to swap one out of the three that we kept, I will concede and swap Ricky Williams for Reggie Bush.
I wouldn't. Fuck that.
On his impact in college football at the
No, I'm
time?
saying the three I kept, Isaiah. Ricky Williams is getting kept. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's getting kept. Peterson's getting kept because he should have won a Heisman, and he was a freak of nature. Derrick
Huh.
Henry was also a freak of nature, but it was just completely different. Peterson did not need 27 carries to get 183 yards.
Just
He was getting like 11. And
just you can watch two clips of Adrian Peterson's college highlights and
his
be like,
freshman year
Jesus
against
fucking
OSU, his
Christ.
freshman year against Texas.
Or the Big 12 championship run against Colorado
Yeah.
when he broke like 8 fucking tackles,
Yes.
or he had a touchdown run against Tulsa in Norman where he was it or he might have caught the ball and then just immediately trucked a linebacker and like I don't know he just yeah the one game in Stillwater when he had the 2 long runs
yes.
right off the rip
Yes.
like I mean it's like okay,
That's whenever it was like, okay, this dude is a man. And everybody says there's two names in college football history that could have went and played in the NFL as a freshman, and one of those names being Adrian Peterson. So I'll lean on
bro,
that.
if he doesn't break his collarbone that last year, he might run for the Heisman again because
Facts.
that whole offense was give the ball to 2-8
Man.
because Paul
Listen,
Thompson was the fucking quarterback.
facts. Facts.
So
But final topic. Are fans too hard on Triple H's booking style? We can do is just keep the floor open, honestly.
Okay.
I,
I, I'm just gonna speak objectively because y'all are in the trenches a lot tougher than I am. So I'm only speaking to how you guys react to certain things. I don't think you guys are hard on them. I think being of our age and looking at it from the build of a young fan and how you keep a young fan engaged, I think he's falling short. And I say that because Yeah, with storylines, it's always hard to build them, anyways, within the WWE, and to grab that attention and to give the guy that push to up his bona fide, as you would say. Um, I think he's a little biased um, with some wrestlers versus others as far as what he wants to do with them and doesn't believe in other people, and the opportunities are always given very quickly. If you don't do what I like you to do in the first couple of bookings with your push, I think you fade into obscurity within the next couple of weeks. I think that's the trend that he's been on. And now we're back into that rinse and repeat era that we've seen in the WWE before. You guys have talked about it plenty of times, week in and week out. I'm tired of this, the same storyline, or, I get it. I understand where they're going, but try to allow the younger superstars to build. And I feel like there's a lot of gatekeeping within the business of people that he's worked with and allowing them to just fade naturally. That's his last thing that he wants to do. And we've seen it over the recent retirements, over the recent, like, what's going to happen after all these guys leave? Who's the next man truly up? Because right now, that's what we're going through. We're going through the era of retirement wrestlers and giving them their moment in the sun before they walk out. And
And
that's the last thing I'll say.
so,
I
and
don't think
I
they're hard on him.
No, I agree with a lot of what you said, but I do think that Triple H has done like a lot of the stuff that people are hard on him on pause is like John Cena's last match. Because I called John Cena's last match when he announced his last match. I was like, he's not going to win his last match. That's just, you don't win your last match. So it does make Gunther a bigger star beating Cena. I think, especially after last night, Obafemi destroying Brock Lesnar. I think they're doing the right things for the younger superstars. I think people just aren't patient because you can push the younger guys, and I'm with it. Like give Trick the belt, give Jacob Fatu the belt, give these dudes the belt. But I also think they have to make you have to make sure that they're fully over before just giving them like the main belt. I'm fine with having guys like Roman and CM Punk be the mentors for the younger guys like Oba, like Javon Evans, like Braun Breaker, like Dom, like Trick. Like I think they're doing the thing. I honestly think that it's gonna look more like the ruthless aggression era before too long, which in my opinion is one of the best eras of all wrestling. And some can say, as far as a pro wrestling feel and wrestling, it was better than the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era just had white hot Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I think that's where we are. Is when we were seeing Cena and Batista and Randy, and then even Eddie got a chance, and all of these guys got to run with the belt, JBL, etc. It just leads to more opportunities. You're always going to have the older guys that bring more fans back, but that's just to sell WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the heat that Triple H has been catching, I think he's in a position where I think it's more TKO than it is Triple H. I think he's in a position where he has this title, but there's a lot of hands in the pot making decisions, a lot of people that have pull outside of Triple H. I will say, however, uh, that moment you referenced between Oba and Brock, there are few moments that take you aback in wrestling now. And I feel like we had one of those moments. And I feel like the only way it really garners the appreciation it deserves is if they have a banger at Mania. If that match delivers, people will look back at this moment the same way they did as soon as Oba's music hit. And people were like, holy shit. Because the crowd was already chanting holy shit when they thought it was Lesnar Rollins. When they thought Lesnar was coming to cash in on Rollins for putting his hands on Paul Heyman. Then when Obo's music hit, everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Like
they
To
took
me,
it. They kept going
yeah,
up a notch
like,
because it was
and
like,
that's what they were doing a few years ago
yeah,
with the Bloodline.
bloodline.
By
Yeah,
the way, Bloodline's coming back. I fucking love that. That
same.
is fantastic to me.
Go back to the
So
old OG music too, and bring back the
yeah,
final
like,
boss.
bro, I think that Triple H has moments of where he kind of fades in his booking, but I think when you see things like that, I think that's Triple H and his genius. Like, and I don't feel like fans are too hard on him. I think they're hard on the product, but I think a lot of that is more TKO because since TKO has taken over, it feels a lot like it did in the mid 2010s.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah,
pushing the same guy, Cody Rhodes, over and over and over. Before TKO took the company over, that was when Paul was had the entire controlling hand in creative, and you saw all these super like you saw the Judgment Day and how it started to rise. You saw the Bloodline. You saw Cody Rhodes come back and CM Punk come back and how they were pushed and you know
yeah. It was
I
different.
yeah, it
I,
felt like old school wrestling for the first time in a while, and then it went away. And I
yeah,
feel like we're going back in that direction again with some of the storylines.
I agree, and I think the reason it does feel that way too is because it's prime time WrestleMania season. I think a lot of the reason internet fans are hard on Triple H is probably just because people don't remember that not everybody can win. So a lot of times people's favorites don't win, and that's been a thing since forever. Honestly, like we've there's never been an era where you haven't been able to have a guy you feel like deserved it to get it. And usually they do get at least one moment, like Dolph Ziggler got his moment. It wasn't as much as somebody like John Cena, but it's because John Cena is legit the face. Like Dolph is someone that it's the SGA and Russ conversation. Like we love Dolph Ziggler because of the story and whatnot, but
Yeah.
he's not SGA. That's how I feel about it. But I'm starting to get excited for Mania,
Yep.
the Roman and Punk back and forth. What happened with Oba and Brock? I'm
Bro,
interested.
I feel like this is the first one in a couple of years where I'm like, both nights could be. I mean, because you look at the women's tag division is fire to me right now. Both women's title pictures fire. The women's intercontinental picture fire. Then you got the intercontinental picture and the men's is fire. Then you got the Judgment Day saga. Then you got both world title pictures fire. Like there's
What?
so much
Jacob
that
Fatu and Drew McIntyre.
brother, like
What?
man, like this is the first time in a while I'm like, hey man, they might need 2 nights to fit all this shit in
Well,
there. Like
and to get back to your original point, Isaiah, even though there are some names that are they've been around for a while and maybe they have been over pushed the last year or so, there's a lot of new names that'll be on WrestleMania that'll have the chance to steal the show. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
and I think that's what fans are really wanting to see. I think sometimes the the stories get dragged a little longer than some fans might like, but you have to really, watching that Unreal docu-series really kind of sheds some light on those things as far as it pertains to like this is our goal for this story and where it meets its head at. So that's where we want to have it, and that sometimes the burn is a little bit slower than I think most people expect. And I I don't know if it was more so the TKO thing. I also think right now with the ESPN Unlimited for all the PLEs that we've discussed before, kind of have a hand in that. They want to grab the ratings with this guy that people in pop culture are more familiar with versus like Bafemi's kind of just now getting that rise.
and you're spot on, but the rub of like using Brock Lesnar as a trampoline for Oba helps
Mm-hmm.
because you're already starting to see like the internet fan base loving Oba, where you have like videos of old grandmas doing the Oba strut to the ring, and like whenever
Mm-hmm.
his intro hits, people are chanting and they're chanting Oba, Oh, so that you have the ability to springboard him. Trick Williams has been in programs with Randy. He's been in programs with Jacob Fatu. Like they're his entrance, he's over. So if they can find the right way to springboard him, they have like Jacob Fatu still there. Dom, he doesn't really need a
Mhm.
trampoline. He's just waiting on them to be ready for him. But
Yeah.
Braun Breaker will be back before too long, et cetera, et cetera. I think if you like honestly, I'm for Cody Rhodes dropping the belt to Randy, even though Randy's an older name. But
Yeah.
let Randy have his swan song, and Randy
Hmm.
Orton would be the perfect guy to drop the title at SummerSlam to a young up and coming superstar because that's the exact pay per view that made a young Randy Orton a superstar.
Yep.
So that's
And
how I
and
feel.
if they play it right, I think most of at least some of the disgruntled area that fans could get into is it's like it makes sense, but I think they want to see like two unabashed actual like people get into a real beef, and then that beef boosts both of them versus having to use a Brock Lesnar or having to use a Randy Orton or use a CM Punk. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of names that we're very accustomed to. It's like, give Dom and Trick something and see where it could take you.
Yeah. It, I think they will. It's just it looks weird right now, but it's because everything got set back because of Cena's retirement. They're starting to do it now because now the U.S. title and the IC title are those guys that are waiting for their chance to go to the main scene. So I think we'll see them rise together instead of like you mentioned having to use a Brock or someone like that. I think it's perfect for WrestleMania, but again, if Triple H comes out in WrestleMania and has Oba lose to Brock, you just buried somebody's.
Well, and that's that. I think that's the point that I'm getting at too. It's like I don't know if it's more of a bias of Triple H or if it's like Cameron was saying, does that play into the TKO thing? It's like the same guys. They're what they're doing is they're boosted. They're doing the Hulk Hogan thing. I'm boosting you, but I'm not going to lose to you.
Not today, brother.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
It doesn't work for me,
Okay,
brother. But
that's what I don't like about the whole angle of Brock and Oba. If Brock ends up winning, Brock, who is flirting with 50, at least,
yeah,
beating a young up and comer who is bigger than him, right? Bigger than him, stronger than him, faster than him.
moreover, all that.
Moreover,
He's the
it
next
to me,
generation.
it will not make sense.
Yeah. I think it's just being worried that Triple H doesn't do the right thing, and I think he will do the right thing. But we can go ahead and part ways here, fellas. It was good to be back. What do y'all want to leave the peoples with?
Don't point at me, Cameron, bro. Like you're
I
unmuted.
don't
You
even
can
know who he was
speak.
pointing at. He just pointed at the mic. It could or at the camera. It could have been to both of us.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Um, I mean, I guess I'll leave the people with me. Sorry we've been a little off schedule. Things have been happening in our personal lives. Things that we are attended to. Glad to have everybody back with us. Looking forward to keeping the energy up, keeping those things going, and sadly, I think it's the end of Max Holloway.
Wow.
Let's not talk about that. I almost cried right there. Don't
That
let's.
was the cliffhanger for next week.
Man, I hate you. That shit, you told my ass up for that shit. I want to leave the people with like, thank y'all for tuning in. Continue to comment, continue to share and like our stuff. And if you, I mean, one of these days, if we go live or and watch an event or something like that, get your ass in the lives, start comment, talk some shit, do whatever you need to do to get shit on. Cause I'm finna take it easy on none of y'all. I'll roast y'all's asses. Me fucked up. Cam, oh,
It's
Oh,
he
your
just
Marlon
turn,
Rose.
dipped.
Cameron.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no.
yeah. I was gonna say Marlon Pros on mine. No, just like Marlon said, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Sorry we've been off for a couple weeks. Like Isaiah said, we've just had a hard time linking at the same time. Hopefully we can get some more get on the same page a little bit more and get back to a regular thing. But yeah, appreciate everybody that listens, continues to listen, and keep sending in topics if you guys want us to talk about or interact in the comments in the chat.
And shout out to Jack Harlow for what he did on Friday.